So another really useful tool slash weapon is a good solid digging stick. I usually like it about as long as my arm, roughly. Start with a pretty squared edge, and I'll put a bevel on that shortly. So you see how we have a bevel, and then we've got this curved edge. What I'll do with that is I will actually put it next to a plant, the root, and use almost a levering type of action. And I want this end to be square. I'll just dress that end up nice and smooth. So what I have is a pretty good little club here. And another thing you can do is use it as a throwing stick to maybe hit a gopher, a groundhog. If you're out in the woods long enough, one thing we might do is have ourselves a gig ready. And a gig is something that has little tips on the end, and we can cut barbs into that, and it'll help us catch and kill small creatures, birds, fish, frogs, things of that nature. And since I looked up and saw this river cane here, I thought we might as well utilize it. So what this would enable me to do, especially in an area like this where I'm near the water, if I were to be in close proximity to an animal but not really be able to reach it, then it would enable me to strike from a distance. But since I only have one point, I'm going to split this and create multiple points to give myself a better chance. And I'm going to go right into the middle of that with a little bit of pressure against the back of the knife. See how that begins to split. So now I have 2 points. I could split it half again in the opposite direction, and now I have created for myself 4 points. So I'm going to have a much better chance of success when I do make a strike at that frog, at that bird, at the snake, whatever it may be. So you see how these things want to come back together? I'm going to need a way to keep them apart. Any old stick will do, and I'm going to drive it in between the cuts that I have made, and you see how that kind of holds the space. And if your goal is to actually catch and retain like a claw type of effect, is you can carve a barb into the side of one of your tips, or all of your tips. See, it's gonna catch. The point will go in and stab through, and it catches into the flesh and enables you to pull it back out. This type of a method is good sometimes for animals that are up in a burrow, in a hole in the ground. You can go in and actually grab them with this, twist it, and pull them back out. The opposite side of this is if you're in an area where you have things like wild dogs or some type of animal that might try to come at you, you could simply hold this in between you and the animal, and using that thrusting method, keeping a firm grip with the rear hand and a loose grip with the front hand, you can actually keep something at bay, stabbing it. Nothing likes to be stabbed in the nose like that, so it'll probably back up. Put a little kung fu on the bear, Bears are afraid of kung fu.
Alone at last.
Scary out here in these woods.
My stomach is in knots.